Warren and Tanza can be here. They're actually the first set of people I met for some of the food we had tonight. And one thing I tell Warren and Tanza, because they're a very young couple, she had an event to do today and she just so upset. I said, Tanza, you have to go to that event. I got you. They know why you can't come. I got you. Many of you know Warren and Tanza. Anything I need, she says, Sabrina, my grandmother told me when you called, I should ask how much, how far, and jump as high as I can. And, you know, I met Grandma when she came from Guyana. But one thing I can say about Warren and Tanza, when I met them for the first time, I said, oh my God, you guys are so young. Her grandmother taught her how to cook. And anything I need, she says, Sabrina, don't worry about it. Come and pick it up. We can't be there, we'll deliver. And so they've been with the CABC from day one. And I wanted to honor them. So we accept this on their behalf as well.
Our next one I read is Rose Berginger.
Rose Bardeco. Rose and I met years ago. I'm going to make this brief because I could go on. Rose Award is the most achieved networker. I'll tell you why. When I met Rose 4 years ago, she was in Macy's where she had one of 6 jobs. One of 6. And I couldn't figure out when did she sleep. And we became friends. She says, I told her I'm from Guyana. She says she's from Jamaica. I invited her to my home. We've been friends. And I said, what else are you doing? She told me I almost fell out. I said, you have 6 jobs? Years went, you hear me? Years went by. And Rose says she saw one of my advertisement on the Facebook about the CABC. Mind you, I've been trying to get her to come out and network and she didn't budge. She also have a cleaning service. And she called me, this is not a year ago, this is less than 3 months ago. And she said, Sabrina, I've got to come. You've got to take me to these events. I'm ready. And let's just say, she is on a roll. Rose has retired. She'll tell you how many jobs she's retired since she's met me. She will. And everywhere Rose goes, she sends someone to me to say, hey, call Sabrina. She'll get your business going. She got me to be able to come out and speak because she didn't want to approach anyone. And the Rose cleaning business has picked up in less than 3 months. She's having to outsource some things right now. All because she listened. And she says, I'm going to try this networking thing. I don't know what to do, but I'll try. And we know one of the factors of networking is the social factor. Because if you're not going to be able to socialize, you're not going to be able to effectively network. But she has mastered this in 3 months. 3 months. And I know she has a minute to tell you this, but I am just so proud of her. I mean, every time I turn around, Sabrina, I'm over here at the Business Expo. She's everywhere. But this is why I chose her for this particular award. I give you Rose.
First, I want to give thanks to the Almighty God. Second, I want to give thanks to Sabrina for honoring me this award this evening. Sabrina, you're a wonderful mentor and a true friend. I wish God blessing upon you as you take a Caribbean American golden connection around the world. Thank you.
Our next honor reading is Dr. Nancy J. Williams.
Dr. Nancy, I remember, when did I call you? I got your information from You Need to Know Magazine, I believe it was. And what struck me was her business, the First Fruit Natural Healing Home. And that's a company she started because she was very concerned about our health. As you can see, she's beautiful. And the First Fruit Natural Healing Home is in Latonia, Georgia. I went there the first time to host one of my events. And when you walk in, the staff that she has, breathtaking. The places and her staff, so professional. But when I saw some of the things on that board, I didn't understand half of those things, but I said, this lady is serious about us and our health. And she's been doing that for quite some time. She's also a radio host. And we bonded. And I said, I've got to spotlight you. And that's one of the things the CABC does. When you don't know about a business in your community, the CABC spotlights that business. We bring people to your establishment, just like you're here today, and we shine a spotlight on that. And so they know it's there in the community for them. And of course I went back more than once because I said I'm coming again. Normally I'll have one business per month, but I had to go back because I know some people had called her and I just wanted others to know that she was there in the community. And I want to thank you, Nancy, for your friendship also, and just what you're doing for us. I know we have businesses that we run, but we also have to be healthy so we can run them. So thank you.
I just want to thank you for the honor tonight, but also because God gave you a vision and put purpose in your heart. And she followed that vision and she's carrying it out. And in 1 year, and just look how successful your business is already. But when God puts something in your heart and you have that passion and commitment and dedication to do it, it is just rewarding for us because I give thanks that you're allowing me and First Fruit Natural Healing Home to be a part of your destiny, a part of your purpose, a part of what you do. And we just appreciate that. So keep doing what you do because it gives us permission to do what we do. Thank you.
Last and definitely not least, the last honoree we have is Karen West of Explosion Catering.
Henry, you know, as you will see, this network that I started, I was very concerned about the people in the network. And Henry knows when I call, he's there. That's what, when this membership starts, when somebody calls you, I hope you answer and you're there. Henry, I think you came to my first event by accident. You just found out about it and you walked in off the street. And again, you know, when I started that event, I didn't know a lot of people. I just sent out a blast and did some emails. But Henry came, he liked what he saw, he's been with me. Also, he's also one of our chefs. As you can see, he's a mobile chef. So if you need anything for that, he will always be there. But he said, Sabrina, anything you need, you call me. I don't care if you don't have the money, you call me, I will be here. And I've actually opened some other businesses for him as well. He's benefited from that. But I'm so glad, and I know you had something to do, but he said, no, I'll be there. And I just thank you again. You know, this goes past the business aspect of it. These people, we're friends aside from this. And I want to thank you for coming today and accepting this honor. And, you know, we'd be glad that you're a part of the CABC.
Thanks very much, Sabrina. You've been a very good friend. Keep a lot of fit up bodies. But I learned one thing as a young man growing up. I had working for a corporation with Harriet and The vice president came down one day and he said, "Son, what business are you in?" I said, "I'm in the food business." He said, "No, you're not. You're in the people's business." So no matter what business you are in, you know, you're not in the clothing business, the networking business, you're in the people's business. And one thing you always should learn, when you're serving the public, don't serve something you like, serve something the public like. If you're paying the bill, the public is paying the bill.
Okay, now it's time for other special awards. My name is Cara Kennedy, and this award is for an award of excellence. This person is a visionary and a contributor to the evolution of the Caribbean and American business connection. This person is being honored because they have outstanding leadership and mentorship, and CABC gladly presents this outstanding leadership award to Aubrey Patton.
Okay, 3 to 4 months ago, there was an event going on. Miss Charlene is on my contact list, and I was running around trying to go to that event. She tried to reach me, and I'm at this event, I can't answer her calls when she calls. Like he told you earlier, Mr. Bagwell. And he said to me after the conversation evolved, if she answered this phone, she might get lucky. If she doesn't, it doesn't even matter. I answered the phone, we talked briefly. Later that night, as he said, I'm coming home, I pulled over. Just by what he was telling me. My daughter, she asked for chicken McNugget or whatever she asked for, and it was cold. I was on the phone for over an hour with him. I believe that a lot of times, God places people in your life at a certain time when it's right. And I always say, if you're not ready for success, you're not ready. And I always say, people are always watching. You never know. Be consistent. He's been mentoring me since then, and I've listened. I was invited to Barbados at the women's conference, and I was going as a guest. I'm then being told, you're going to be a speaker. My first international speaking event. And I remember putting my notice in at work unexpectedly because I was going by any means necessary. And a lot has evolved. I've met great women in his organization. And he said, do you really want this? And he's a very upfront person. And I like that because many of you say you want this, but you're not ready. You're not ready. Don't waste people's time. And I have been consistent. I'm not bragging. I have to be, or else he would not be standing here. And so we talked, and we talked. And I know he's picking my brain the whole time. But that's all right because I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. And I want to thank you for listening to me. I want to thank you for believing what I told you. That this was not a joke for me. It's not. I sacrificed my time with my family, my husband, my daughter, my mother. They are what keep me going. And for you, as busy as you are, to take the time to listen to me and continue, because I know how precious your time was, says a lot. It really says a lot. And this first event, we talked about it, just skimmed through it, and somehow I said, okay, you want to come? And it just evolved from there. So I thank you. And you're not going to see the last of him, obviously, because he has lots of plans for me and the CABC, and you as well. So thank you again, Mr. Patton.
Now I have to change my monotone voice. This is just cold-blooded. I know I talked about Indians and attacking you, but I just didn't expect this. But I just want to clarify something that I said earlier in my speech. The rum festival in Barbados that's coming up is not the Barbados Food, Wine, and Beer Festival. It is the Bajan Rum Shop Festival. Okay, it's the first of its kind. We have the blessings of Banks Barbados and several other sponsors, because what we're doing is we're creating a perpetual financial basis for the rum shops in Barbados to, number one, make money, unify the concept of what a rum shop means, celebrate our heritage, and do something more than drinking. And the event that's coming up, by the way, you need to book your ticket now for Barbados for March 9, 2013, because Sabrina will be back in Barbados. And it doesn't stop there. We don't want to overwhelm you, but she's going to be doing some real serious traveling. And she's going to have a real serious media team behind her. We're really excited about her. I'm excited about her. And I'm excited about her husband, the guy walking around in the cab. Lorenzo, we got a chance to meet today. You know, already we're like brothers. This is a beautiful thing. So thank you for the attack.
I'm left with Mike. All right. Natasha, am I going straight into my segment? Did she say yes? Okay. All right. I believe that you're not here by accident. If you think this is your time, you're here for the right reason. Everyone in this room has a potential to be whatever they want to be. God has given you a gift. He's given you the tools. You're not in the driver's seat. Many a times you ask for things, but you don't pay attention. Many of us here have asked for lots of things, and you wonder why they don't ever come through. Because you're not prepared. He's not going to set you up to fail. That's not going to happen. So when you're going through what you're going through, those are challenges that you have to go through. I've gone through them. I'm still going through them. But to see this creation 1 year, I still have to stay humble because things are still happening. I'm still being challenged every day. But when you have that mission, that vision, nothing should throw you off course. And when I started this vision, again, I wasn't sure how it was going to be accepted. I was concerned about the Caribbean people because I didn't see a lot of us out here networking. I didn't see the interaction with Americans, Caribbeans, and our global friends networking effectively. Many of you go to networking events, and you go for one thing and you leave with what? Nothing. And I've been watching it. I've been on the scene since 2007. And I'm always ready. I've got a suit on. I'm going to network. I'm ready to talk. But not everybody is there for the same reason. This is why I said my platform is about effective networking. That means when you come through the doors, you're ready to what? Do business. No cocktails, no fancy dresses. You're ready to do business. You've paid your money. How do you determine if an event is going to be effective for you? You can research like I do. It tells you what you're in for. When you get there, what do you expect? Do you have your business cards? Are you ready to tell everyone what you do? Because you're going to have to know all these things. Networking is not about exchanging a business card. It's about knowing who you are, knowing how you're going to project what you say you do, and knowing how to form those relationships that you're going to form. Because no one is going to support what you're doing if you don't form a relationship first. It will never happen because they don't know you. So throughout the years, I went to many, didn't quite get what I wanted. Started the women's group here in Douglasville. And then something went off in my head and said, you can do this. You can start this. Because I asked for some things from that women's group. And I was told no. I kept getting a bunch of no's. And I always say, when you get a no, you know how to turn that into a yes. And that's why you're here today. Because I saw a bigger vision. I did not want my potential to be limited by anyone. No one is going to tell me no. There's one person in charge, and he never tells you no. So I was not about to let anyone tell me no. I came in late nights, networking. Some of the women in the room know how I roll. We have some of the ladies here. I find an event and I just go. I remember someone told me, Sabrina, have you ever Googled yourself? And I didn't know. I said no. And this was years ago. I put Sabrina Summer Kelly and nothing came up. So I had to fix that. And I said, that means I've got to get out there and do some stuff. And networking late at night, leaving 5 o'clock going to work, coming home 11, 12 o'clock at night. My baby's asleep. I don't see her 2-3 days. Somebody said, how you don't see her for 2 or 3 days? I said, because when I'm up, 5 o'clock, she's asleep. When I come back, she's asleep. My husband wakes up for me at night. But that's what I had to do to get my name out there, to get this organization out there, and just to have people know who Sabrina Summer Kelly was and what the CABC is about. Put my name in the Google now, over 15 pages. 15 pages. That is not to brag. That's just to let you know what consistency, persistence, and determination does. When I look at some of the links, I even forgot what I did. I said, when was I over here? When did I forgot. I forgot that I was all over the place. But we know how Google works, right? It's documented. It's documented. And sometimes I just go just to look at it, just to look at it. Page after page after page. And I said, okay, this is, again, less than 1 year. And I'm saying that for a reason. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying it for a reason. If I can do it in less than a year, anybody can do it. And if I can do it on a 9 to 5, anybody can do it. But you've got to realize something. You're going to have people that started on that train with you, and you're going to realize that they were not supposed to be on that train. But that's okay. You should not apologize for your success to anybody. They have their own. We all have our own. And until we realize it was given to us, specifically to us, we're never going to get what we're searching for, because you're looking at other people's success. Look at your own. You are just not looking at your own. And I had to think hard and say, what is it that I really want to create here? I know the love of my people was first, but I'm also in America now. And I have to contribute to this country, like many of you do. Well, how do I bring these cultures together? How do I bring these nationalities together? We interact every day. We can speak proper English. I'm sure we can understand each other when we speak. But at the end of the day, when we go our separate ways, the connection was lost somewhere. And that's the reason why I named it the business connection, that portion. Because we have to learn how to continue to stay connected. We're supporting each other, consumers, buyers. And one thing I realized, when I came to America with my mom in '85, this country afforded us the privilege to be here. And one thing about Caribbean parents, some of you know, you don't come over here and act silly. You gotta work, you got something to do. You were pricked. The government allowed you to come into this country. And what are you going to do with your life, with the time that you're here? So I was in New York when I first started. And, you know, you're growing up, you're in a different environment. And when I came to Atlanta, I was told, of course, Atlanta is where everything happens. And the first time I went to a networking event, I didn't have a business card. And we had a raffle, and I talk about this because this is part of this journey that you all need to know. Didn't have a business card. It was a raffle like we're going to have here in a second. And the lady asked me for my business card. I said, I don't have one. And she says, well, I said, how do I get one? And she says, girl, you need a business. And I said, well, how do I start one? I mean, they cost thousands of dollars. Fast forward, 2007, Avon embarked on that. $10 to join that. And I was challenged because with Avon, it's a direct selling company. You have to learn to what? Speak and sell. A scary word that some of us don't like. And she said, take these magazines to work, give it to your friends, and your first week, $50 in sales is what was the requirement. Well, I was ready to just buy it, and she would never know. But I still listened, and I said, let me try it. Let's see. This is the fear factor. Many of us are afraid. So I said, I'm afraid to speak to people. I don't want anyone approaching me. I am going to try it and see what happens. I took the books to work, let it all over the office, went to lunch and came back, and my email was flooded. And my husband will remember this. I said, what am I going to do with these orders? He said, well, you're supposed to put them in. And I said, oh my God. So I tallied up the order, and it was $350. Not $50, but $350. Now, did you think I was going to stop? Yeah. So I took off from there, got into another company. But I want to tell you all something about your journey that's predestined for you, your mission, your vision, all of those things that's given to you and specifically you. Learn how to love it, live in it, and just enjoy doing it. Because as we all know, you can have careers and businesses, but if you love it, it lasts forever. There is not a monetary factor there. It's the love of what you give, to have a smile on someone's face. And when I realized I can bring people together to speak, to come up and speak. At my events, you've got to come up and speak. For some of you who've never been to the CABC. Because I believe when you get up here and you say what you love, everybody gets to hear it. Everybody gets to hear it. And I've been on this journey, like some of you have heard, for a year. Not a long time. I gave it 3 years, actually. And as it started to evolve, I actually got scared. Because success can scare you sometimes. And that's how some of us, we will quit. We will quit. So I want to say, because I'm limited for time today, know that what you have is for you. Know that anyone around you, if they're not congratulating you every day, or at least once a day, they're not for you. You should not surround yourselves with anyone who see you as a threat. You should not let anyone limit your potentials. You should always be the main attraction, as I say. Know that your gift is for you. And when you feel that, you can't shake it. You know, every night he chases me to bed because I'm up. I can't help it. I can't shake it. I'm in the driver's seat, and you should be in yours as well. You should be living in your purpose. And nothing else will come in your path because it's for you. I thank you for coming.
Y'all give it up for Sabrina.
to everything that they've done, and they deserve that award. So let's give them another round of applause. We then have a special tribute that's going to be done by Miss April Consuelo. Miss April Consuelo will be doing a special tribute. She doesn't like us to talk about her too much, but we're going to say a little something about her so people know who she is. I'd like you to know who stands before you tonight. She is the former Vice Mayor, professional coach, and motivational speaker. April Consuelo has been marked as in the top 5% of realtors in the United States. The top 5%, not the 50%. What do they say? If you want extraordinary things, you have to be an extraordinary person. Is that right? So she started her 501c3 organization, and as she kept going, she started to perform as an artist in front of 50 major countries. She is currently the Director of Expansion for Global Companies, and she is reaching into the Atlanta market. I mean, she's taking this by force. Please welcome Miss April Consuelo.
Good evening. I'm just going to keep this very brief. I met Sabrina sitting at a round table just about 6 months ago, and I was invited to sit at the publisher's table because I was coming from Nashville, Tennessee to launch a global company into Atlanta. And I came there specifically for that event. And I left there with a completely different mindset. I had the pleasure and honor of watching Sabrina that night win multiple awards, and we have become some of the closest friends ever. I sat down with her a few days later and I said to her that I had a global manifest that is going to change the way we help the world. And I knew she was the woman for this. She did not know who I was, I just knew who she was. Now, I didn't Google you. I probably should have. The manifest that I'm involved with, a portion of this, is where we go to third world countries and we build Bible schools for children. We build waterways, and we actually are doing everything from third world countries to actually in the United States. So I'm very passionate about that. But you can be passionate about something and share it with others, but you need other people to buy into that vision. And even though this company is already global, it's not new, I needed somebody in Atlanta to say, April, I see the vision, and I want to partner with you, and then I'm going to take that out to Atlanta. And she has done just that. There's not a night, we're probably not texting till 1 or 2, I can attest to that. Last night, guys, this morning, we were texting each other till 2 in the morning. She has so much heart. She has so much passion. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for her. About 5 weeks ago, I told her I needed to fly to Las Vegas, and I needed her to come meet about 25 of the individual countries, from Singapore to Malaysia, and she just said, I'll get on a plane and I'll come. She wanted to be a spokesperson for her country. And it was an amazing, amazing 3 days, wasn't it? And so I found a great friend that day, and I feel like a partner. And I know I've met quite a few of you other women that are on this journey with us already. I see many of you. And I'm so blessed that you decided to become a part of that. And we just are going to just bring this to Atlanta with such grace and power, and mainly because of Miss Sabrina Sumer-Kelly. So thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, everybody, for your time. And just, you look amazing, by the way. I have to say that. Does she not look absolutely amazing?
Thank you so very much. All right, we got to do it again. You guys ready? This is the first annual CABC Red Carpet Anniversary. That's great, you guys got it. All right, so let's give it up for Sabrina. CABC is always doing something. Stay connected. Tell your friends. Tell your colleagues. Tell the dog. Okay? We all have to stay together because I promise you that Sabrina did not want to start this journey by herself, nor does she want to continue it by herself. And she has asked for all of us to join with her. She stretched out her hand and she said, come with me. And so we obviously reached back. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. And Sabrina took the first step. And she's doing some marvelous things. And I am so honored to know her. We still can't remember where we met. But I know I do know one thing. This is my sister. This is my sister, and I'm so blessed to have her in my world. And I just wish her continued prosperity. I thank you for allowing me to be your mistress of ceremony tonight. I thank you for allowing me to serve each of you guys tonight. And I just want to say thank you. I'm really honored.
Normally, the CABC don't have music, so we're going to go and dance. Normally, we don't have music, but we're going to go and dance. And I want to thank everyone for coming, but I want to acknowledge my family that I miss when I'm out, that has my back, that don't question when I'm home. So I want my daughter, my husband, and my mom to come up. Understand when you're on the journey, if you don't have a rock, it can break you. When you don't have people question you and say, why are you so late? I don't see you. They don't tell me this because they know how passionate I am about what I'm doing right now. I have you, my extended family, also, because you're here today. And I thank you for coming. But I want you to understand, when that journey starts, you don't stop. I have my sister here, my brother-in-law. She just started her business just less than 2-3 months. And I think she understands now when she can't reach me. Why? Because she's doing the exact same thing. When that passion hits you, there's no turning back. And nobody should deter you from that. Because if they do, you've got to get rid of them. You've got to. And I know sometimes we say families never support. That's okay. Because you have some friends who do, but I'm lucky. I'm lucky. And I don't care how old you are. Passion never dies. It never leaves you. You give up on it, but it never leaves you. So I thank you, Mom, for giving birth to me. And I thank you for bringing me to America. In 1985. You know, when I first came, I didn't like it. It was so cold in New York. And I told her I want to go back home. But I knew I had to make her proud. You know, you come here, your mom worked so hard. And you have to make her proud. And of course, make yourself proud. And my baby came into my life 17 years ago, my one and only. And I'm so glad that she is wanting to follow on this journey, and we're going to be here to support her. April is also a mentor to her. And I met my husband 7 years ago. And thank you. You know, he, again, I come in late at night, y'all. I really do. I haven't cooked in like a month or more. But he's out. He never goes to bed until I make it home, because I come in 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Because I'm out here finding effective people for you to connect with. Because this network is about connections that are effective. I can't say that enough. Because the people in this room here are going to do what they say they're going to do. And I'm going to make sure they do if they don't. Because guess what? Somebody like a Tina will call and tell me, Sabrina, she's not doing this, or, you know, they report and they tell me. But it's not about that. It's about you and what you're giving to people and what you say you're going to give to them. So thank you all for this first annual Caribbean American, Global Business Connection. Look at that, I'm so overwhelmed. And just know that I know many of you are living in your dreams, and that's beautiful. For the ones who are not, let's hope tonight ignites something in you to go back home, go back to the drawing board and say, you know what, I've got time. I always say you've got the beginning date, that's when you were born, and your end date. What's in between? What's in between? There's time to do whatever you want to do. I don't care what it is. Because it's given to you. Don't ignore it. Thank you. Let's have fun and dance. Thank you again.
I'm a member of it, and also they use our products and services. For example, when you came in, the banner that you stood in front of on the red carpet was one that we developed and did for them. Also, you see right here, this particular banner is a green banner because one of the things that our company does is we specialize in helping clients get green materials and green banners, green displays, and graphics. We not only do banners, but we are also a full service exhibit house, and we do displays, tabletops, 20 by 20s, double deckers with spinning signs. We also created the marketing event right here, which for some reason it has come unplugged. But anyway, long story short, it's back. We created this for them and also have created a video that we can take to different events and be showing on a widescreen. Again, if someone is interested in going green, or if someone is interested in having visual marketing items that represent their brand, then they would want to work with us. We always take our clients through a needs assessment, letting them know whether or not they do need to go to trade shows, trade fairs, and then if they do, we help them develop those items so that they best represent their brand. Again, Ann Key Spencer, Visual Marketing Mentors, LLC.
Welcome to the Caribbean and American Global Business Connection. We just had our first annual red carpet event here in Douglasville. I'm so honored and pleased and humbled by the people that came to see this vision that I started 1 year ago. I hope to carry this on into our next phase, which is our membership and our chapters throughout the country. And I wanted people to know that this platform is not just for Caribbeans and Americans, but our global friends as we conduct business every day. So I hope you stay in touch with the CABC. We can be reached at thecabc.com. And I thank you for joining us today.